double shot of espresso. I owe you one.
You guys want it?
I think it's double shot. Do me a favor, could you make it sweet, like 5 Splendas in there? You have Splenda? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
What, did I speak weird?
No, man. No.
5 Splendas in there if you can. Are you videotaping that? You should get that. 5 Splenda?
That's
What
my
the
fault,
fuck?
man. You guys don't want it?
Oh, okay.
No, I'm good, man. Thanks a
What
lot.
was that of a movie? Utes, 2 Utes? Alright, sorry.
No
What's
problem,
up, man? Now, before we get this going.
Sure.
Am I looking at you or the camera?
Yeah, you can look at you can look at me. That's good, man.
All right.
I got it. You can look. So that's good.
Awesome, man.
All right,
So what's up?
cool. Not much, man. So here with UFC welterweight Matt Serra. Matt, you're coming off a big win over Frank Trigg. First round
Is this just
knockout.
like a different angle thing that you have 2 cameras here, or is this for 2 different things?
No, it's for the same thing, but
Alright, so it's like multi shots.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go like we're talking like from this to that angle?
I might. I'm just doing 2 in case, like just in case, I just getting everything covered.
Just wink if it's. Do you have a zit still on this forehead up here? I had one. Nice work. I'm with you, man. Let's go.
So yeah,
Yeah. Coming off that was a good fight. It worked out for me.
Big definitely big victory. Is that how you saw the fight going? Did you expect to score the knockout?
It's like with Frank Trigg. There's a saying like when someone wants to hurt you, they put themselves out there to get hurt. So in other words, like especially with the stand-up battle with these little gloves, Matt Hughes, I think he had his game plan of just getting the fight down. So sometimes I'd come in to let some go, and he'd be backing out and running around, like back a little bit and whatnot. But I knew Trigg would try to hurt me. You know what I mean? So I knew he'd be there to get hurt and hit and whatnot. So that's why I see me knocking him out in the first round. I didn't rule it out. I planned on hurting him upstairs, And but just in case, I worked my jiu-jitsu I did a ton of jiu-jitsu. I got my hours in on the mat, and I felt real sharp off my back. So I thought maybe he was going to try to just get it down as early as possible and look to just take away my angles down there, take away my submissions, and try to grind out a win because he needed a W real bad.
Right, definitely. You mentioned your jiu-jitsu, like your transition in the sport and transformation has been huge because you came in as a very
better late than never with that.
Sorry?
Better late than never with that. Yeah.
I mean, because you were known as a very dangerous jiu-jitsu guy.
I'm a jiu-jitsu guy. What am I doing?
You're knocking people out.
You know what I like about this one though? At least, sometimes people always have something to say, man. There's always the freaking guy sipping the haterade. But with the GSP fight, they're like, oh, it was the back of the head. The Matt Hughes fight, they're like, oh, he got headbutted. And, at least this was a clean right where nobody could really say. But this kind of happened, too. Give me a break. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Of course, my punches got a kind of angle because I'm 5'6". I gotta throw the overhands.
Because
what am I supposed to do? Don't get me wrong. I like working the body. It's close to me. It's right there. I don't gotta, reach that high. But
because you say you don't focus on necessarily being pretty. You just get the job done, right? Like you try to hurt the guy.
Well, it's different. Like I don't want to use any. Like I hate to use people as an example because you're kind of downplaying their thing. But like a guy who's got a similar build to me is like Sean Shirk, and if you see him, like he's got like crisp, like it looks real nice. But I don't think it doesn't look like I'm not dissing the guy. I think he's a talented guy, but it doesn't look like if that lands, it's really like bang, where mine might come a little more wide. It might look a little uglier, but when they land, I'm basing on things in sparring. My stuff isn't just theory. You know what I mean? I look at it like if I'm pulling this off on the floor, if I'm pulling this off standing up and sparring. There's no reason why that the proof is in the pudding, man. There's no reason why I can't pull it off in a fight, and that to me becomes fact, man. All right, I know I can hurt somebody with this. I've done it over and over again. You know what I mean? If I get them following me this way, I know I can land this. There's a lot. So it's like that's how I look at things. You know what I mean? Did I just go into where the hell did I just go with that?
No.
A lot of times I do interviews, and I'm just going along in my own mind. The next thing you know, the guy's like, dude, you just talked for 20 minutes, and what the hell are you talking about? But it's better than a mute. You got Luke Cuomo sitting here, the silent assassin. He'll just give you a half a nod, and you're screwed.
How's he doing?
He's awesome, Luke Cuomo.
Nice.
That guy's a talented fighter.
He's
He's just
very-
a talented martial artist, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
every time he's fought, it's been an exciting fight.
Did you watch season 2 of The Ultimate
Yeah,
Fighter?
absolutely.
How great was that?
That was amazing.
I loved watching Luke on there because that guy's just himself, man. Because I know they played the whole thing again. It might have been a few months ago, but sometimes they do the whole show again.
Right.
And I love that one, man, because Luke looked awesome when he was on that show, and I love watching that guy fight, man. That silly light food eating freak. That guy's into his diet and this and that. That guy's got to get back in the fight. I got to talk to him. But he's at Ray Longo's. He's teaching a lot, both classes and privates, and he's still living the martial arts lifestyle. So
Awesome.
he's still living the dream.
You mentioned before, like, people might have doubted you in the past in terms, like, when you first started fighting, people might have said, like, you're not going to make any money fighting, you're not going to, get anywhere fighting. Do you ever run into these people now, and do they say anything to you now?
No, you know what? I mean, it's a strange thing. I mean, as far as that goes, my high school. I said this story before a bunch, because it's just funny, that my high school, East Meadow High School, is right across the street from a jail, the Nassau County Jail. So my principal used to pull up the blinds and go, "Mr. Serra, you see where your fists are gonna land you? You see? That's where your fists are gonna land you." Now I'm like, man, I hope he's got Spike Television. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I say that story a lot because this is kind of funny, I don't even know if he's still alive, but if he is, I hope he's got Spike Television.
Now, you seem to definitely, enjoy the moment more in terms of, fighting and leading up to the fight. And you mentioned that, like, you're more calm now than earlier in your career. And do you feel like, but do you still get nervous at all before fights?
Well, I mean, oh, dude, do you smell what I smell? It's freaking espresso. Yo, Gus, get over here, pal. This is Gus, my Zion's connection in Canada.
All right, guys.
Nice,
That's what I'm
very
saying.
well.
It's all about the cameo.
It is.
I don't got Ray Longo with me. I gotta pull somebody, and it's Gus. Me and Gus.
Big espresso fan,
Let me
espresso
tell you
fan.
something. I like it. I like it a lot. This smells sweet. I like it where you put a spoon in here, it stands straight up. You know what I'm talking about?
Bunch of splendors in
So that
there.
what we were just saying a second ago? I think you asked a good question too, but
No,
espresso came.
you're
I
definitely.
teach on this. I teach on espresso. Ask any of my students. I teach like a Zen master when I'm on espresso. Season 6. Oh, I should have been sponsored by Zion's and espresso.
So I was just mentioning you're very calm now. You're saying, do you still get nervous before fights at all?
Well, I mean, it's funny when you say nervous. There's that pit in your stomach and whatnot, but I feel that, I mean, you could look at that as nerves or as a feeling of just being alive. You don't know. You could have done everything right for the fight, and this goes for every fight. You could feel that you got this guy. Like I felt with the French, I was very confident I'm as long as I do the right thing in my training camp, I'm confident as could be. That's usually 99% of the time. That I go in there with that mindset. But there's always a chance when you zig and you should have zagged. Next thing you know, you're running into a knee.
Right.
You're falling into a guillotine choke. You're getting back fisted. It happens. I swear to God. Sometimes it happens 3 times. But sometimes you get revenge in your what was I saying? In your fucking rematch. I shouldn't curse. But it's all good, man. That's what I love about the sport, man. That's why, I don't know, man. It's gonna be hard when it is time to say goodbye. It's gonna be hard to do that because that's why I think guys stick around longer than they should.
Mm-hmm.
Because of that feeling of, when you're in there, the feeling of not even just the victory, but just the lead up to it, the walkout, the week of, and then the battle itself, and everything is just such a great feeling. You know what I mean? And that's why I think a lot of fighters and athletes in general stick around. Maybe a little longer than they should. But that's not me though. I'm coming off a knockout. I'm fine. But as far as getting nervous, listen, you asked the question. I'm still going, dude. I was done, but I'm going to bring up the question again because I'm just sipping espresso now. I'm back to life.
It's all good, man. It's all